maybe in costume of things that will be coming later in the show, so that the person who's blind will have something that they can picture in their heads. The Broadway shows, so Broadway shows after a few weeks, they have a very set, everything is set, is timed to the second pretty much. And there's a lighting control board essentially that's controlling, sound cues, lighting cues, because, the lights, that light has to come and shine on you at a certain moment in time during the show, and that's all technologically programmed. And so there's a company that is now linking in recorded audio descriptions of Broadway shows
with the times, so they don't have to live because it's too.
So that every performance actually could be audio described, because typically those have been scheduled. Like this performance is going to be audio described, but that way every performance can be.
Right. It would make sense to if they do a non-audio described show first, they could probably record some things and then since they know the timing, so
right. Once the timing really is down, and that's very new.
Right.
It's kind of hard to do that with touring shows.
Oh, I see.
Because every stage is going to be a little bit different.
Right. So the timing is off.
Yeah. And so the lighting might be slightly different. They also, I believe it's Gallup Pro is the company that's doing both that and also captioning. They've got a system that does captioning for shows in a handheld device, and DPAC for this production of Come From Away, which is at DPAC this week on tour, that is using Gallup Pro for handheld the type on captioning, yeah.
So it's like key. It's like a tablet.
So actually, it'll be with your own. Can be with your own device.
Hey, that's cute.
And you log into the. You download an app, and you'll be able to do the captioning on your own device. And
so it'll read across.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are doing it
Gallup Pro.
Smart, GALAPRO, and they're doing it smartly.
Right.
So that it's going to be dark screens.
Right. So it's not illuminating the theater.
With dark type, it'll be
right.
Dark screen so that it's not disturbing, or at least minimally disturbing.
Of course, yeah.
People. I'm going tonight. I hadn't remembered that. But I think I'm going to try to use it at least for a few moments just to see how it works.
Hi. Good to see you again.
Yeah.
That's great.
I think we were thinking about having we'll get to it in the meeting. Oh, Hannah's tuned into the live stream if everybody wants to say hi. Hannah. I guess we can get started. I was going to say I was curious about captioning and maybe the audio description options for mild to micro. Because although he does have an interpreter, Bailey brought up the good point of that there are a lot of deaf and hard of hearing people that can't sign.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of things that we should cover in terms of accessibility.
Yeah.
For a big event like that.
Are you talking about?
Are
you talking about Hey Kindle, like card transcription services, like where people type shorthand and it projects onto the screen? Because it's a thing that you can get.
Shorthand, not actual.
Well, they type shorthands, but it comes up.
It gets projected as.
Oh.
It interprets what it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
But to type,
Okay.
So the
Type
typing
that
is
fast
faster,
would
so
be-
you can kind of keep
Right,
up with
right.
the speech. But the one time I asked for that service from SDAO or just through Duke I was rejected. Like they just said it's too expensive. They say that unless it's like a really big audience, it's not worth it.
It is a really big audience.
Yeah, if we have like
So-
a really big audience, we'll be able to make the case.
Okay. Well,
So
we'll get to that in my
Okay.
the agenda that I scratched up.
especially if maybe it's a plan. You know, if somebody asks for, hey,
Yeah.
I need this,
yeah, exactly.
you know, then they've got no choice but to provide something.
Yeah, right. And we have people in GBA who have hearing disabilities, so they can
Yeah.
the person who says I'm going to be at this event. This would help me. I don't know.
Okay. Just to officially start. Thanks for coming to our first GBM of 2020.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Of a new decade.
New decade. New decade, new DDA. Well, it's not new DDA. Same old DDA. I'm Simon, I'm president of DDA. We have a lot of fun things that we're planning this semester. It's gonna be a fun time. So yeah, I guess we can do introductions again.
I'm Kevin. I'm a senior. I've been in DBA for 3 years now. And I help lead the task force to create a culture.
I'm Marion. I'm the faculty advisor of PDA. I've been faculty advisor since 2017, so I guess 3 years also. Yeah, and I don't know what else to add. I mean, I teach disability studies writing courses for the Thompson Writing Program. I'm also co-director of the Health Humanities Lab. I'm a freshman.
I'm Emma. I'm the student speaker. I'm Gabrielle. I'm a first year student, and I've been a member of DBA since August, and I'm DBA secretary.
I'm Dan Ellison. I teach as an adjunct here, and one of the courses that I teach does a project on audio description of public artwork, and I'm pretty broadly involved with arts accessibility generally everywhere. And I'm a lawyer.
And a lawyer. This is a nice bonus. Cool. Okay. Well, thanks again for coming. I think the first thing, our biggest thing every year, well, I guess last year we didn't really hold a big Disability Pride Week, but Disability Pride Week is one of the most exciting times of the year. So we want to organize things now amongst ourselves, and so that once we get there, it's gonna be all smooth sailing. We're gonna have a good time. So a few events that are ideas that have been brought up, which we were discussing, Dr. Q and I, were so we always do Accessibility Matters Day, and that's cool. For those of you who don't know what that looks like, it's usually we table for a few days before, and have people pledge to participate in Accessibility Matters Day, and on that day, the day of, everybody only walks and uses accessible routes. So on campus, it's quite the challenge, actually. I did it my freshman year, and I had to oh man, I had to run to my chemistry class because I didn't know how to get into French science. So yeah, it was really fun though. And
it's a good like teaching tool for people just to kind of experience that and to see it as like an access issue rather than like sometimes you'll see in college campuses people doing like simulation where they put able-bodied students into wheelchairs so they can like see how hard it is to have a disability. But that ends up generating more of a pitying feeling rather than a critical look at the physical environment. So Accessibility Matters Day, without doing any of that simulation, we just learn to look for.
What colleges do that?
A lot of places like to try and teach, like they see it as like this is a disability sensitivity training thing.
I could see why they would want to do it, but also
yeah. So ours is an alternative to that. So it's really cool. And for me, the best part about it isn't even like people doing it. It's just talking about it beforehand. So the tabling that we do on the Bryant Center for a few days beforehand. So everyone will need to sign up for a shift to just like man the booth, and we can have our GBA banner there and be like, sign up for Accessibility Matters Day. We tend to have usually a mural that says like Disability Pride Week, and people can sign it, and that's like them pledging to participate.
A mural.
Yeah, like a big piece of wood that had Disability Pride Week painted on it with like sort of a logo. I can show you the one we used in 2017.
Is the picture with you, Jay, and Cookies?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I don't think I was in the picture.
Or it was
picture.
okay.
But yeah, I posted it on my social media and stuff. Yeah, it's really cool because like you just have conversations with people about what accessibility means, and then they start to realize like, oh, actually, this place isn't very accessible. So I think people don't really think about it until they start to talk about it. Yeah, exactly. Does that cover?
That covers Accessibility Matters Day.
What's the week for Disability Pride
Oh
Week?
yes, it's March 22nd. It's the second week after spring break, which is nice because it gives us time after spring break to revamp. So the 22nd through the 28th, and every day that week. I mean, we don't have to do a huge event every day, unless everybody would like to organize one. But I think throughout the week, mainly, I was hoping to have some social media campaign, just to kind of keep ongoing discussion throughout the week, and maybe covering a lot of themes about issues of accessibility and disability identity, and just kind of spreading the word that way I think is really important. But aside from that, I'll go through the list that I've written down on my doc. So Dr. Q, you're teaching your activism class again? Is it still called neurodiversity?
It's neurodiversity, narrative activism.
Okay.
And I have an activism project assignment where students have to, the only requirement is that they have to communicate a message against the stigma of mental disability to a public audience. So they can communicate that message. The message can be on a lot of different topics, because mental health intersects with so many other social issues. So they can do sort of intersectional research. So they can do any format they want. They can use any platform they want. So they can organize an event if they want to. They can do a social media campaign. They can do a work of art. Right. They could do something online.
Those works of art from 2 years ago were amazing.
It's some pretty cool visual art. You know, if they already have those talents, they can bring them to the table. Bless you. It's a really open-ended.
Right.
So we might have a few that choose to do events, and then we can just we can just fold those into Disability Pride Week. I'm also going to organize an exposition for the visual artworks and for the digital projects, and really everyone can come to that. So I haven't asked for funding for that yet. I'm gonna go to my department first and see if they can cover the equipment and space, stuff like that. It's usually a pretty cheap event. I can ask for money for catering. I don't know how much they'll give me. They usually give me like most of what I ask for, but not always all of it. So I'll work with you guys. I'm just hoping that we don't have to like do a full LLC application and like go through the DBA to get the funding. It's always an option. That's how I've done it in the past. But I'm gonna ask my department this time because I didn't know that I could ask my department for funding for events for my classes. And I'm like, oh, if I can do that, that might be a lot easier than
Sure,
having
yeah,
students do it.
Most people,
Yeah. So
at the very least.
I'll figure that out. I'll just work from past years and put together a sort of budget and thank you guys. Yeah. Hopefully it's not too much work. I'm thinking, I mean, you guys can weigh in on spaces, like where to actually have an expo.
We had it at Smith.
Yeah,
last
I was
time.
thinking of doing it like that again, doing it at Smith because I can just ask because I'm a HHL co-director if that space is free and I know the whole process for organizing
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
The first time I ever did this event, we had it downstairs in this building, just like in the open area, like right down those steps. Yeah, and that was cool too. So
I think it gets more
yeah.
visibility.
You get a lot more foot traffic and a lot more like passersby. People have to go to Smith like with the intention of going to an event.
Right.
Whereas here people are like, oh, I'm just on my way to dinner. So it
Yeah.
has that benefit. But it's also kind of a smaller space here than it's Smith.
And
like in
it's
Smith, you
more-
can extend into the lecture hall, you can sprawl out in the lobby area. And
It's a lot more noise too,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is a consideration. I feel like I enjoyed Smith because it was like nice and like you could go to and have conversations with people without having to,
Yeah.
Yell over.
That's
Woo.
true. You can actually hear each other.
But we can. I'm sure you'll discuss this with whatever's because it's probably whatever's available
Right.
more so than we can choose from 5 different locations.
Yeah, I have to look into availability. Yeah, I can't remember how I got the space downstairs. Jay and I talked to the people at the info desk and we reserved it, I think.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm sure we had to fill out some forms and stuff. But yeah, so we can look into
Well,
that.
we'll
I
look
can
into
also talk
that.
to my students about their preferences.
Yeah. And one last thing that I think Dan, you sent us that list of films that the film festival,
Yeah.
and we were thinking
From
about
somewhere else that
yeah, and we were hoping to screen at least one of them, and one of them during Disability Pride Week, maybe another.
I guess I had copied somebody at
I can pull up the.
at somebody at one of the at double. It's not called Double Stick anymore. It's a film festival, documentary film festival, and they text saying, "Oh, we can't do it, but good luck."
Yeah, so this is the festival that together 2012, but it's 2019. But
It just seemed like this was a good compilation of already,
Yeah,
existing
for
films
sure.
that somebody has already created.
let's see. I think
And Jess Tom, is a woman with Tourette's syndrome. She actually has a one-woman show that she put together that she's from
let's see. There was a list that you sent us. I had a huge list.
Yeah, when you click on the details, it says like program details or something, you get the list.
Oh, I see. Oh, where?
It's at the top. Scroll down. Maybe it's there where it says official selection.
Oh,
Scroll down a little. Where it says, no, go back. Where it says like, to see the full program with links to
Click
online
here.
versions of the films, click here. The second click here, actually. That's the 2018 one. So, that one.
this one.
Right there.
There we go.
I think that's where.
Oh,
No.
Well, I have it on my computer.
okay.
So I don't know. I can just email everyone this link.
Yeah, I mean, if we could choose one of those and get the rights to screen it,
Yeah.
and then, I mean, that would just involve logistically. That would involve getting the rights to screen the film, getting a space. Which I was wondering, what's it like to get the theater in the Ruby like?
Oh, well, you did it for
It was-
sustainability.
It was ask.
Just email
Ask.
Marcy Edmonfield
Marcy Field.
and be like, We are interested in hosting a film screening
Right.
one night during the week of March 23rd. Is there any availability of the film theater that week?
Okay.
And just ask, and then it goes from there. So there might be some charges
Right.
associated.
We could ask SOC for that.
Which is why in the
So-
past, we've just done it in the dorm, like we did it in the Clendon Tower, because that's free to preserve.
IDT.
Sorry, I'm atrocious late.
No, never atrocious if you're here. Well, just never atrocious in general. Yeah, actually. So we can-
All right, so I'm just gonna email exactly the appropriate link with the actual list. Get back.
And being able to get the rights might be doable just through the library if it sort of is a film that already exists in a DVD format somewhere.
What's the name of that librarian who gets films when you request them? Danette? Something with a P.
Oh, well, maybe it goes to
Or
it
something.
might go to somebody different from my department than yours.
Oh.
When I've requested films to show in class, that's not the name.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we should get both of the names and
Yeah.
tell Simon to contact either of those people.
And maybe, if somebody wants to choose, make a short list of, hey, these are the top 3 we would love to show.
Right.
We can see if they've got them already in the library, and if not,
Hmm.
probably could request them to be purchased, and then like if the library owns them, they can be shown somehow.
I think-
that might be at least
Right.
one approach to take. It may not be.
We could try. Might save us a lot of time
Mm-hmm.
on the off chance they do have it or have the ability to get it. So I think those all we'll sort out the logistics soon. I guess if everybody feels like these 3 events are good ideas, then we should plan on these 3. And then also, I was hoping that I was going to invite everybody to kind of share any ideas of any events that might represent what you think Disability Pride Week should be about. And if you have any of those ideas, feel free to share them now, later. We'll definitely. Oh, it's Jay. Look. So we'll definitely be open to.
Hey Jay, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Okay.
Let's see. So yeah, if anybody has anything they want to see to happen during Pride Week now, speak now or forever hold your. No, it's hard to come up with ideas on the spot too, but
Trying to see what we have already.
so we talked about a student expo through Marion's class,
Right.
and then Accessibility Matters Day, of course,
Yeah,
and then a film screening possibly.
yeah, we could do something to kind of help generate more excitement around the Disability Cultural Center. I think that'd be great.
Ooh. Oh man, if we got a temporary space before Pride Week and then we had an opening.
Does anyone know what happened with the Chronicle article that they were writing about it? Because they interviewed me, I wrote a really long email and then we never published it.
Yeah, the one that we
Yeah.
and
Someone-
you volunteered our names and they never
I gave names of exact.
they never contacted us either. Yeah.
Let me look through my email. Hang on. I forget who it was. Because it was through email, so.
Yeah, they never reached out.
Yeah. It kind of just slipped from my mind because they didn't.
But even if we don't have if we don't have an actual space by that time, I think the thing is to be able to educate the community that we're working on this thing and try and
We could
expand the momentum that we already have around this issue.
we could have a pretty casual event and then have like a pseudo panel, just like we talk about why the
Yeah.
cultural center is so exciting.
Right.
have food, and I guess it could be. I'm just imagining like a nice casual like celebratory-esque event.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, and I know Kevin has been in the meeting, so I don't know, Kevin, if you think like from what you've seen from EP McMahon and everyone that's been in the meetings, what sort of thing that you think would be most beneficial?
Yeah, DP and we're also there.
Yeah, I mean, is that the last contact that we've had from them? So
Yeah, we haven't.
So they seemed. We need to follow up soon. We need to like at least on a, I don't know, bi-weekly or monthly basis,
Mm-hmm.
be emailing just to be like, hey, just checking in. Any updates? Like,
I was gonna
They were-
say we should maybe like want to ask them for another meeting soon.
or just like to email us about what they're
Email,
thinking,
okay,
because
yeah.
like at the last moment, like the last.
Send us a few ideas.
Yeah, for spaces, like- Yeah, they had a couple of people in
Right.
the meeting who it was their job to figure out how the university uses its space.
Chris
And
and
they
someone.
said a lot of things. Like we had a really in-depth conversation about the Bryant Center and different
Yeah.
parts of the Bryant
Mhm.
Center, and we told them in a detailed way what we think this space should be like. And yeah, they said things that sounded very promising. Like they really want this to happen. They want it to happen this semester.
They have contacted us.
I think
They want to look for funding sources, and they just needed to figure out like where to put it. Like so, like the space is the first priority, and then maybe hiring an executive director to run a program director or whatever would be like later.
I think given the nature of us being an alliance and like how much we've worked with other groups on this, like Google State, etc.,
Yeah.
and really forming this, it might be cool if we had some event in which we like invite all of our allies, like other
Everybody who's helped.
places that have other groups that have spaces or that don't to like come and be like a coalition building.
Oh, yeah.
Fun, celebrate this win that we did collectively.
That'd be awesome. Another cool development is that DSG has like an entire disability caucus now, right? Like that's amazing. Like,
Oh, the
when
one that
they-
Shreyas is.
Yeah, like
starting.
3 years ago they didn't have any position. Like they had the diversity and inclusion,
It
right?
was very
like,
general,
a
broad.
general kind
Yeah.
of thing, and then they had a disability officer, and now it's a caucus. So it's just like the development there has been really cool. Yeah. So I feel like they would be another place to really plug in and invite to coalition building.
Y'all been working hard inside the ESG.
Not really. It's just cabinet seems to work pretty independently from everything else. So like, it's whatever we've been doing, and then like as long as it doesn't say, "Oh, are you guys good?" And we're like, "Yeah."
That
but
works.
They're asking me, "Am I good?" And I'm like, "Yes." But I think the whole caucus thing that's really good. The credit goes to Shreyas. Like I haven't really been involved in that too much.
I was gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that too. Oh, I was wondering if Shreyas is gonna show up, but Shreyas.
Will be on
Oh, okay. Oh shoot! I should really open that window. Plug into. Well,
You saw Nathaniel Brown is the library contact that I've had
for the films. Okay.
Yeah, Shreyas asked, said, unfortunately, I'm off campus right now, so I can't attend.
Oh,
Watch
right.
live stream. On the other hand, since today's meeting is GBM, will we be able to elect a caucus representative?
Yeah, he wanted because at our last little meeting, he was saying he wants to start gathering a few representatives, and again, open to everybody, allies and such. So we can talk about that now, since we're kind of like getting into it. I don't know. So Trace's description of the caucus is something that'll help facilitate all our efforts in activism with regards to funding and so I guess through FSOC stuff, approval of things through DSG, legislation, etc. And that he wants a few members from DDA as well as allies from the community. Well, not, I guess, just within the Duke student community. But, I think that anybody who's interested in participating in the caucus should, should be open to them, and should feel like a really good opportunity to push some change through DSG, because DSG has so much influence, and
Right.
and so
Okay. So you said before that you had like, an idea.
Oh, yeah, it just wasn't directly related to this book, but I
Okay.
kind of mentioned it to you before you said you wanted to talk about it, but I didn't really get a chance to. It's like a buddy system. Like I know that Duke has a lot of different buddy programs, like for their own youth and like deep coaching, and like even now in the American students and like international students are starting that. And so I was hoping that maybe we could go for like a bridge between like student disabilities and like non-disabled students, because I do know a few colleges like back home, like I believe that your university has a program like that. So I was wondering if you could try to create something like that where we could like maybe once a month or every 2 weeks or however often, something like that. Because that's what I was interested in, but we didn't have it.
So is this like best buddies?
Kind of, except it's within the school. It's not like within the entire community. Like I was also interested in best buddies, but it wasn't exactly what I was expecting it to be. Like I wanted to be sort of within like the school environment more so.
I'm wondering what's the process to develop that. I think it's a very cool idea too.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like a mentorship thing, a role. Like it's like if anybody wants to sign up to have a mentor that happens all the time on this specific, you just be like, I've been trying to realize disabilities.
But hypothetically, if it were more formal, oh, sorry, did I interrupt?
Wait, so basically like a disabled person helping out a disabled person, or like what would the audience for normal? Non-disabled person, a non-disabled person helping a non-disabled person and a disabled person, or like
The second was what I had. One of the alternate, but the second was like student disabilities with non-disabled students is kind of what I had in mind, and that's what I've seen like in the past. I don't know what you guys would be a better approach to it. But
I mean, yeah, one of the things that we're hoping happens organically through cultural center is that it becomes a space for socializing and forming alliance across different disabilities, and across disability and non-disability, right? So yeah, friendship, mentoring. I think Emma's point of like mentoring relationships between students with disabilities who are navigating the same structures of ableism, or just going through the process of getting accommodations, and to talk that through, or just to have someone to complain to about inaccessibility, just like all of those organic friendships. So I hope that's one of the things, and I wonder like if you're trying to if you would hope to cultivate something to kind of formalize that, or I don't know, like how do you think we could do it? I mean, I think it's important to have like cross-disability solidarity in the space. I think it's like one of the biggest problems we run into as a group is that people think disability just means like this one narrow thing. Like they think that it's just like physical disability, and people are always asking me like, oh, if I'm interested in mental disability, can I join that club? And I'm always like, yes. It's like, but like people often separate those things and think they're different. So like I feel like the idea of like cross disability solidarity is a really important goal of this group. But it's also an alliance, and a lot of us even in this room are non-disabled, and so we sort of already have that partnership between disability and non-disability. But it's not in any kind of formalized, like reimagining more of like senior students partnering up with freshmen, or like,
I don't even know if it necessarily has to be
Yeah.
that. Like one of the forms that I saw very recently was where you can actually put like specifications for like who is a person you'd like to be paired up with. So I think maybe that could go through that, like whether you want to be with another student with disabilities, or you want to be with an ally, like do you want to be an upperclassman, an underclassman, like do you want to be a mentor, or women, do you just want to be like more like you're both on equal footing, so like just a friend thing with you maybe once a month and however often, I think it should be very flexible so you can sort of like try to customize your experience to what you're interested in having. So, but just sort of make it so that you actually have access to other people who are interested in the same things.
Yeah, and Kendall, so you said that Emory University has a similar program.
I believe
Do you have any idea what it's called?
I'm not sure if it's called that, but I know that it's program. I want to say it's I don't think this is registered.
Emory has a really strong disability studies program.
I don't know everything that I did like about it.
Yeah. They have pre-health peer mentors. Yeah, I mean, we can do a little bit more research into successful models for this kind of thing. I mean, when you talk about it, it sort of reminds me a little bit of like within sororities and fraternities, how they set up the big brother, little. Do they do this in frats or just sororities? Big sister, little sister.
Big and little.
Big sister. Yeah, like it sort of sounds like a little bit like that, but with those, there's a sort of implied age differential, and so for you, it's sort of more flexible, which I think is cool. I don't know what we could call it because like mentoring implies one person has like more maturity than the other. So we don't want to go. I don't know if we want to go with that, or is it like
What I had more really like a buddy.
yeah, like a buddy system?
Yeah, not
Yeah.
necessarily mentors. Like you can be a mentor if you want to, but more of just like what you were saying. Like
I know.
if you want to mentor, talk about how to navigate the space, and just like we'll talk about you, but this is like what you have in common and things like that.
Yeah. And like buddy is like the perfect word for that, except for the affiliations with best buddies, which is like very different.
That would be basically my only concern. Is that
Yeah,
what we're aiming for here is not that.
Exactly. We don't
So-
want it to look we want it to look like best buddies. Not only for the confusion, but also because it's very different in nature. Yeah.
And this is like something that I do in the that developed me as well. Like it's like in my experience, it's like I'm a part of the student neurodiversity group, and like on campus normally, like I've like with friends and like I've like my friend group I've been with for a while. But, like it's when I do the group programs, they're kind of like more intense and a smaller selection of people. So I don't know if years into the future, if there's ever like a program that kind of be like whatever y'all like calling that. But like within like things like those like a big programs like it's like not keeping people off into like engage and like that.
So one more. Sorry, what were you saying?
Something like kind of to have a different engagement, but also to have the options like go with like a partner.
Yeah, kind of when the options we match with somebody who we agree. Or like it's like on campus, I guess like I have like my group of friends who like I guess like base my idiosyncrasies and do like whatever. But I guess like sometimes like when I go like on the like on do like trips or weird bonding experiences that are like fun. I guess it's like different. I guess it's meant being like a different environment. It's a bit challenging, but us also being like with people who I might not have known before. So if there's like an option for something like that, but that's also like just me and
Well, working into existing structures seems to that makes sense.
Or like basically doing events off campus, or like developing that kind of those kind of connections that we're talking about here within the context of like fun events or like off-campus experiences.
So maybe what we do for like next steps is to sort of think through language and like think about what to call it. Because mentoring and buddy, like both of those have problematic. Just because like yeah.
Is buddy sexist, by the way?
Sorry.
Is buddy a
Sexist.
male term?
I don't know.
Oh, never done.
It's interesting.
I've always thought of it as that.
I don't think
It's
so.
socialized as male, but it's not really.
I
Yeah.
call all my friends buddy, I guess, but now I'm kind of conscious of that.
But so yeah, maybe we can just think through.
Never
like,
thought
a little bit.
buddy.
Come back to the question at a future meeting. I feel like it could be something that when the cultural center exists, will be facilitated in that space.
Oh, I mean, that's one of the main goals, I feel like, just to have this. I mean, although we may say mentorship, I don't
Yeah.
think it's like with the context of like
Yeah.
oh, like I'm standing taller than
Like,
you.
it's more
Yeah, like
mutual mentoring.
right. It's like a let
Yeah.
us guide you, this
Yeah.
new person. You know, we have experience.
Kinship is another.
kinship.
Yeah. Cultivating kinship. Wonderful to the center.
So, I mean, I think if this event, this kind of program were developed, the possibility of it being so widespread through like a lot of programs is needs to start from like just within Duke and then maybe spreading into those programs. You know, so just I
So
keep
like
thinking
it starts in the cultural center.
Starts in the
or
culture
something,
center.
And then we see how it's going.
and then we ask the Duke Engage people, be like, hey, could we implement some of this kinship
Right.
program into how you guys operate, and then we reach out to another, and then
And Duke is always so concerned about student mental health, right? And it's sort of, it seems to me like having a peer support system that isn't necessarily about you being in crisis is a way of avoiding that, right? Because we have like peer for you, but that's sort of about you being in crisis, and so because of that reason, it's really stigmatized. But so if we sort of like preempt that, and you have a peer, a peer who's there for you, before any kind of crisis is happening, you're just partnered up. We could put it in those terms. Yeah. So I think we'd have a lot of preventative power. So you were saying though that you were interested in the caucus thing too? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we can circle back to that.
Circle back to that. If anybody would like to be a part of the caucus, you could raise your hand or speak up or anything. I myself would love to be part of the caucus, so sounds
What
very.
is it like you could be in?
I think they're like we're voted in, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure you don't have to be like an existing senator or on some cabinet. So
Do they have other caucuses for different other groups on campus?
yeah, so these caucuses are kind of organized around these, from what I know, these specific kind of, not initiatives, but general areas. So I guess the CSG caucus would be about disability activism specifically on campus. So I don't know. I wonder if they have a list of all the existing caucuses. Yeah.
I think we should reach out to Trace and say we have a couple of people interested in this caucus. What do they do?
Right.
What's the next step?
Right. Okay. Well, and we'll keep bringing this up in the future meetings as well, so people can come back and we'll update on the process too. Okay. That's that. I want to give time to talk about some of these events. I'll mention the Duke Dance Workshop. So HHL. Oh yeah.
It seems like what they're trying to do is elect representatives from all of the disability related groups of people. They autoimmune campus alliance, one of those things, etc. And then like all of those things come together. So it's kind of like a more formal version of what Kevin was saying. And just formalize just like spreading the word around what all the groups are doing, I guess.
It's interesting.
I love that so many disability related groups exist now. Like, it's really cool to hear
Listing all of them. I haven't heard from Runway of Dreams. That's just reminded me. I really need to contact these people again. Yeah, Stedman.
I don't know if there's other committees that are strong that don't make it to that list, like Hoof and Horns
That's true.
Disability Committee is very active, and yet it's not mentioned on that list as of.
Would NAMI identify as? So was NAMI included on that list?
We have a whole
Subsume them all.
Yeah, we're the alliance.
No.
Definitely.
Yeah, we're the one.
It's great because it means There's so many different things happening.
It's true, but it draws out so that we don't have like as much membership as we might otherwise.
It's true.
It's a double-edged sword, yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Just have this goal.
I mean, I think this.
GBM
As a
becoming
big
the
bubble, eating
entire-
all the other
Yeah, we're like a
I think the-
macrophage, like she's like swallowing everybody.
I think the question is, if we have these other organizations that are working on more specific issues, perhaps we don't need as much membership because the work and the activism and the effort is distributed.
Symbiosis.
as long as we're kind of keeping tabs on what each other are doing.
Yeah, and we try to reach. I mean, I was talking with a lot of the people from those.
Connections / the clubhouse should have a representative in the office as well.
We always want undergrad
More.
students.
So it might be like too small of a group to.
Yeah.
For anyone to have the
Maybe
bandwidth.
less- yeah, we want that.
They are in contact with the caucus. There was somebody asked, I think neurodiversity group to co-sponsor the autism village to cause.
Oh, I think that okay, Dr. Tara and Miss Blackshear. Yeah, I think that there is one of that.
It's on February 3rd, right?
Yeah.
I think there was one after,
This is a screening of autism goes to college. Oh,
In a panel discussion.
Hmm.
It's on February 3rd. Oh, the human rights thing. Oh, yeah. So many things. Sure. So, James Chappell, who is a assistant professor in the history department, joined the Disability and Access Initiative faculty group, disability studies group that I run through HHL last semester, and he's interested in age studies, etc. He applied for a grant on human rights futures. It's me, Robin Kirk from the Human Rights Center, and Emily Stewart. Obviously, James, Adam Rosenblatt, who's another really active member of my disability studies faculty group, and Jen Anthony, who is in possibility program with me, who does a lot of work on queer kinship and networks of care and cool stuff like that. So we're trying to have like a really intersectional conversations about more just futures, with intersectionality across like race, class, gender, disability.
Oh yeah.
So they wanted a couple of students to come to the first meeting, which this is a brand new thing. We just applied for the grant, just got it. And we're having a lunch on Tuesday at HI. And I know that Kevin is active with the Human Rights Center. So I invited, they said they wanted at least one GBA student to come. And I thought, okay, well, two, because Kevin's a senior and I want there to be some student who's gonna be here next year because it's really not really launching until next year. So
what is there a name? This group? Sorry,
it's called Human Rights Futures.
Oh, that's the name. Okay, Human Rights Future, and
I
it's
want to go at least just to like see. These
Yeah.
are like giants in human rights. I think. Just to like see you all talk to each other.
I've
It'd be
never
so
met Robin
cool.
Kirk before, so
Oh
it's
my
gonna be
goodness.
awesome. Yeah,
Amazing.
I know.
I just want to see what happens in the conversation. Like, I'll participate here and there, but I just want to watch.
Yeah. So
He's
it's
awesome.
that is all to say it's open to anyone else who might want to come. Anyone who's interested in human rights, who might be interested in participating in this group next year.
This next week like doesn't work for me, and then like after that time, like when I think it's really good.
Okay.
I just kind of find out what's happening.
So let's
Futures,
like
yeah.
so they already set the meeting and sort of invited students as an afterthought. That's just how things happen.
Yes.
Sorry. I thought that this was literally just a faculty group. So then Emily had the idea of like, why don't we let some students come for some key groups? Yeah, and I was like, that's great. How about DDA? You know. So yeah, it's
Cool.
Tuesday, but we'll take notes and let you know. what
Yeah, these are like
happens.
the powerhouses in human rights.
Yeah, but I wanted to drop it.
Oh, cool. Yes, yeah, totally. Tell her that you're interested in hearing about the intellectual community. That's what. Yeah, it's an intellectual community planning grant. So, human rights futures intellectual community.
sounds like a code word. It's like I'm interested in the intellectual community, and then like they know everybody knows exactly what you're talking about.
Except that it's not because it was published in Duke today.
Oh, so like slips you a card from her pocket, like oh. Yeah.
Community planning stuff, or is this a plan to form an intellectual?
I think
The
it's a
distinction is
grant.
important.
It's much like the Disability and Access Initiative group that I run, which was like we got seed funding,
Right.
started with 12 people, now we have like 70 people. Nobody ever comes all at once, as Dan can attest. It's always like 10 or 12 people at a time.
That's still a lot of people at
It's
once.
good. Yeah, so
It's like a
it's like
significant
that.
amount.
It's like this was a seed grant to start an intellectual community, and it might grow. Right now, we only have 6 or 7.
Sometimes intellectual.
We'll see.
Oh.
Like I said, Tuesday will be the first meeting of this group.
Tuesday at
12:30. Yes. Did I not send that in an email?
Is there a
I think you did.
time? Is there a time for the autism goes to college?
What is the time and date and place for the autism versus college meeting?
Griffith Theater.
What time?
6:30. I
6.
want to say 6:30. Let me check my calendar.
Is there a poster for that graphic? Would share with people.
Which is lunch. I'll type some of these details.
Those at 7 p.m. From 8 to 9 p.m.
Oh, 7.
I can forward you the email.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, we have like 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, you're so much to talk about. I think something important. Okay, so the Duke Dance Workshop is happening. We'll send out details about that. It's really cool. But dancing as healing. Cookies is actually going to be a member of that presentation. And so it looks really fun.
And there's breakfast.
And there's breakfast. Always a plus.
Yeah, I just had an ask for it on my
Oh, really? You're doing a good job of publicizing.
sponsored ad.
Wow, sponsored ads. They're really getting into those Facebook algorithms.
But yeah.
Okay, I really want to talk about the Niall DeMarco event and accommodations because Bailey. So Niall DeMarco, we paid him like what, $15,000, and included in that is his own interpreter fee. So he has his own interpreter, but Bailey enlightened me, and there are a lot of accommodations that aren't covered by that, including for people who are possibly hard of hearing and or deaf and don't sign. So things like closed captioning. Is closed captioning the right term? Closed? I don't really know. Captioning.
Closes when only the person using it sees it.
Oh, I see.
Or when it's like right on screen.
So captioning in general, captioning and possibly audio description. I don't know what. I really don't know what the event is going to be like in terms of visuals or like what they're going to do on stage. I'm guessing from what I've gathered from Bailey, it's going to be Niall talking, presenting, and like giving his thoughts on what's, I guess, his thoughts on the community, the hard of hearing deaf community. So
What's the date on that?
it is February. Oh no, what happened? It was in my mind a second ago. February. I asked Bailey, if you don't mind me browsing through our messages. February. I'll send that out as soon as possible. I had it in my mind just a second ago.
Which space would it?
It's happening. I think they're working out space reservations. So a lot of things are still TBD, which is unfortunate. But I mean, they just got the entire budget gathered. Like they got their last $1,200 like this week. So I think they were hoping it would be in Penn, not Penn. Page Auditorium. So yes.
You have to book like way
Right, and they were saying that last semester. So, oops. Yeah, and it's also really expensive. So we'll see. They might get a theater in Bryan Center, I'm guessing, for an equally large venue. So yeah. Does anybody have any thoughts on like what you think we should provide in terms of accommodation? I offered that DDA could help with setting up and funding some of these. So maybe the interpreter is already covered, but captioning, audio description, and
So audio description we've done many times before.
Right.
It's pretty affordable. It's like
Yeah.
$300 through Arts Access. So
And they can pretty much, do it with a week out notice, especially because this is not going to be something that has a it's not going to be more than one event, so they can't go to something to watch it and get an idea.
yeah,
yeah,
much visual content.
I see. I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause
really-
if there's no visual, if it's just him talking, I don't think there's any point. having audio description.
I really need to ask Bailey. She,
So ask if he's gonna have a PowerPoint.
I'll ask explicitly
Or he'll be showing any kind of
some
little
visual
clips or
presentation. Yeah,
If there's any visual stuff, because if it's just him lecturing, there's no point.
Right.
So find that out. And then the cart stuff is pretty expensive, so we need to just make the case for why we need it. Say they're going to be hard of hearing students in the audience who don't sign, even though there's an ASL interpreter. We're gonna need
What-
those
what do you think would we need? Like, would we need to bring in a student to our hearing and be like, this student has a testimonial, or like we bring in?
Say that there's members of our group that have hearing disabilities.
I mean, isn't that
There are. You don't have to lie.
Isn't that exactly what we've done in the past, though? You say that like, we do have.
Yeah, we do.
We just have to say that we have them, and I think
Isn't it not? It works. Okay.
Yeah, I mean they've been less than happy with us requesting ASL when there's not anyone deaf there. Or, those are the things we've gotten in trouble for.
Oh, I see. It's when we don't
but
justify.
we for sure do have people, which we will.
I mean,
And this is about hearing impairments and some, it's an ASL
Right.
club event. It makes sense to make the case for CART this time. So I don't know what CART costs. I just know that it's expensive.
And I think that if you really are having problems, you can bring in SEO too, because they won't pay for it,
But they'll help you make the case.
but they'll help. Yeah, they can help.
Okay. So
Especially because
they don't want to pay for it, so they'll really have someone else pay for it. So yeah, that cart. We'll have to look into the cart stuff, and then audio description, and so see if it's necessary.
It doesn't really need it.
Well, yeah. Again,
Particular-
I don't really know what Niall's gonna do. Bailey would know if anybody, and maybe Bailey doesn't know.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But I'm on the side of, if we don't know what he's going to do, we might as well get it in case. If it's flexible enough,
yeah,
if the service is flexible enough.
if we need to apply now, we can apply for it
Exactly.
until we figure it out.
Yes. So yeah. Okay, it's about noon. I was gonna go into task force stuff, but we just have started. I think
Yeah, we're
For
gonna write an email to Mary Pat. And,
Yeah.
with that. I think it would be good to start talking about transitioning. Like, I know I'm sort of transitioning away from DDA now because I'm going to graduate, and I know there's other seniors that are like that too. So I think it would be good to have a GBM in which we sort of talk about that, like who's going to take up cultural study, who's going to take up other task forces, and like how can we pass on knowledge.
Last year when we started that conversation with you.
Yeah.
the transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Transition of that.
It's okay. We're here now.
It was the last meeting. So
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
okay.
Yeah, so new roles and then like relationships and institutional knowledge and like all that sort of stuff. So maybe next meeting we put that on the agenda to talk through.
That's a good idea.
Because I'm gonna be sort of.
Thanks for reminding us.
Yeah.
Me especially. I wasn't thinking about that because I was thinking about just like pushing everything forward to then
Yeah.
like running in to the ground at the end of the semester and then nobody's there, you know. Not into the ground, running in.
I think I want to make sure I've been in groups where it kind of collapses, and I want to make sure that like DBA is something that is propped up for a long time.
It needs to be. Yeah. I mean, it ought to
Whatever
be.
we can do to help with that, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks for coming, everybody. Thanks for everybody who's tuned into the live stream. Well, not anymore, but Hannah was tuned into the live stream, and anybody who watches the recording afterwards, which is actually a lot of people.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. You'd be surprised. So, thanks. See you guys next week. Same place, same time.
Does anyone remember the names of the people that we had a meeting with? The very path, or were there 2 other people?
I sent an email to all of them.